they're expected to express their opinion on everything. So they read clips on Sunday morning. Gets them up early, get the coffee, a little Danish, and they read the Post and other newspapers, and then they go on and they talk about energy. They talk about Iraq. They talk about Afghanistan. They don't talk about Israel, Palestine. Oh, what's there to talk about? The two parties are, you know, one of them is in AIPAC's clutch here, the other is in AIPAC. So it doesn't even get discussed. We'll get to that in a moment. It doesn't even get discussed. But look at the people who know, who never get on TV. You want somebody to talk about energy efficiency? The world's expert, former professor of physics at Berkeley, Arthur Rosenfeld, works in the Energy Commission in Sacramento. There's nobody that comes close. He was in the Clinton administration, Department of Energy as well. You ever see him on TV? How about Amory Lovins? You want to talk about nuclear power being resurrected from its radioactive pit? Well, he doesn't even talk about the dangers of nuclear power because he says it's completely uneconomic. They can't even build a nuclear plant according to the nuclear industry, which we picketed in Washington the other day, as we picket regulatory agencies that succumb to the trade associations. Washington's wonderful that way. It's got big sidewalks, and they're all close to one another. Trade associations are the masters, and the regulatory agencies are the servants. And not one nuclear plant can be built in this country by private finance without 100% government loan guarantee. That's what Wall Street thinks of the economics of the nuclear industry. Not 90%, 100%. So what did the Democrats and Republicans do? They just ladled out authority for $19 billion of loan guarantees for the first round. I don't think nuclear power is going to come back, because I think people like you are going to stop it again, as we stopped it in the 1970s. And we stopped it with the help of a lot of people. Mass demonstrations. We had mass workshops in Washington. People came from all over the country near nuclear plant projects, Tennessee Valley Authority, so on, Whoops up in the Northwest, and they learned about nuclear power, its economics, technology, safety, the evacuation plans that are required, that are filed in libraries that nobody knew about, the national security problem because of the vulnerability to deadly sabotage. And I went back and they stopped it. But last real fulfilled contract for a nuclear power plant is 1973. Now we've got to start all over again because somehow solar energy is not enough. Somehow energy efficiency is not enough. Somehow a country that wastes 75% of its energy, according to existing practical technology, lighting, heating, air conditioning, motor vehicles, is not enough. We have to resurrect the nuclear industry. It will be blocked. As I said, it will be blocked by people such as yourself. But aren't there better things to do? For example, to unleash our scientific and technical prowess so we advance way beyond present improvements in energy efficiency, which are quite impressive. Look at Toyota, for example, and Honda. They're running 50 miles per gallon. Look at Detroit, panting to catch up. These giant companies that dominated the automotive world are now sinking in their junk bond appraisal. Profits is zero. They're laying off workers. Their sales are down. Toyota this month will sell more cars in the United States than General Motors. What was General Motors' excuse? Bad management. Ford, bad management. Chrysler, bad management. It's not the workers, not the scientists, not the engineers. They were all number one years ago, those three companies, and look at them now. Why? Because they're overpaid. The head of Toyota makes a fraction of what the head of General Motors makes. I mean, here's the thing. The less you pay CEOs, the better they perform. Not the more you pay them.